Hand clap to the massive guys. We are finally back again for another one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up all the Mystelics YouTube family who have definitely tuned into this here reaction, and of course the newcomers are there. Big up yourself as well for definitely tuning into this here reaction video right there and there, guys. If you want to become a part of the Mystelics family, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And of course, don't forget to download the Mystelics Tube app in the first comment in the comment box below, as well as the vlogs, guys. I drop a vlog today. And of course, definitely don't forget to check that out, as well as the latest aerial video. Check that out as well. I would appreciate you guys checking this stuff out and also giving a thumbs up to them as well. Don't forget to thumbs up this video in this regard. Of course, I went through this quite perfectly. Big up, what time. That was pretty nice. Anyways, guys, with all I said right there, I noticed that there's something interesting taking place in Roseau. But let us go, before we get into the whole Roseau situation, I must make mention of this actual video, or I must showcase this video that I actually saw right there, that was sent to me a number of times. Check it out. Play.
My people, I will tell you, I run things in Dominica.
I guess the person, I remember there's some sort of paro guy that was making a reference to this. And he was trying to talk like Scared and saying that Scared say he run things in Dominica, which he did say. I think it was basically on some matter. But of course, you can pretty much reiterate the whole thing. He actually means that right there. And of course, this is what this guy had to say.
Well, you see, the man really run things, but you, run things self, He said don't take bus. He run self,
He don't take bicycle neither. Because he checking gas prices though. Gas prices going up. He run things. He run.
Run things self, He said don't take bus. He run self, When you take bus, you take your time to come down, but Mr. Run down self, Mr. Run Ross. He run Kubuli, he run DCP, he run Bello, he run the bishop of the Catholic Church. What again? Look, he run RUBIS. He run out of night.
I bet the bishop that left, I think it's St. Lucia he went, I'm not sure, but I bet he was quite happy to leave Dominica, because a number of persons, not just, you can just say some people, but a number of persons are quite happy when they leave Dominica. I actually met a guy yesterday stating that he didn't just leave Dominica, he ran. He ran. He went to Antigua first, then he came to this here country right there, guys. It's interesting, man. This is something else.
You take 40,000 pieces of silver. You run out of night. You take 40,000 pieces of
Anyways, guys, so in case he didn't just run these things, guys, he actually ran all these things that you seen right there. Of course, I remember you guys probably saw, if you have not checked out the latest, the previous vlog that I did on you know, the aerial tram, aerial cable car. Yeah, liquid aerial tram on top there. That's the first one. I didn't realize that right there. And of course, you ran a number of other things in NHL the Caribbean. All this, you know, guys, all this, and this is just some of them, not all of them. I wonder if Ross is on this thing, because there are Ross and there are Ross pavilions. I noticed some individuals who tried. Yes, look, Ross there, Ross food pavilion. Yep, I noticed some individuals trying to start back going at the Ross Pavilion to sell stuff, but it doesn't look like it's very profitable at all, because every time you pass you don't see nobody there. They try to cook food and nobody is there at all. So Scotiabank was replaced by Republic Bank. Republic Bank came in. No, First Caribbean Bank going. First Caribbean Bank is not on this thing. It's going in January 2023. So they live in brethrens. So he run things, Papa. He run.
He run Kubuli, he run DCP, he run Bello, he run the bishop of the Catholic Church. What again? Look, he run RUBIS. He run out of night.
Look, he run RUBIS. Talk about RUBIS right there, which of course is why we are here today. We have a protest taking place in Roseau, guys. But it is, stop lying to the people. Speak the truth. How do you sleep? Well, I don't think some of them doesn't sleep, because some of them can't sleep, no brethren. Some of them can't sleep at all, because if they sleep, it's problems. Yeah, guys, there's a protest going on in the Kinfield region. Ross that day, man. Ross security that day, man. There's a Ross security used to dress in blue. Maybe that looking like a kind of grayish thing, but yeah. Anyway.
Who is that lying to the people? Who is that? How do you sleep in your bed?
Who next to go? That's a good question. Ruby is going. First Caribbean Bank going. Who next? Who's next to go? Don't you think that's a good question, guys? Who is next to go? I cannot enter a future where my kids ask me, what, interesting writing. What, why, ask me why I did not protest against that shit. Well, I mean, is you alone, but what about the others? I supposed to be seeing thousands of people there. Thousands of people there, but apparently they're not there. They're waiting for the faithful few to make the change.
We'll be there. We'll be there. Don't hurry. Stop lying. We have the truth. Speak the truth. The truth. We need that truth. Fooling the people.
Where's on? I run things in Dominica. All foreign investors running. It's true. Literally sometimes. I mean, look at Ross. 40% of the GDP in Dominica. The government allowed them to go. Not allowed them. No, they most likely wanted them to leave. Because look at who is the number one shareholder, so to speak, for the housing facilities in Barbados. Who? So right now he's a foreign investor in Barbados and he running them out. So he making them go and then he bringing foreigners to come and do the jobs that Dominicans themselves can do in Dominica, which of course is constructions and all this kind of thing. Dominica can do these things. Dredging rivers, you don't think they can get the individuals with the equipments to do them? And Dominica does have the equipments. But apparently, you know, I mean, more you talk and people seeing it's true and they still not doing nothing because they'll wait for elections or get a little $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 for their vote. Look at the amount of people that day. And some of them not even there, some of them working.
Stop lying. We need to know the truth.
Get rubies off what? Let me see what is in there. Get rubies. Get going. I don't know if that is for that, but anyways.
Do you sleep in your bed?
Good morning, viewers.
Well, when the people are accustomed of you know, not doing nothing, I think the people, they wouldn't feel anyway because the people not doing nothing. I mean, you have a handful of people coming to protest that very same situation that not affecting just them, but the whole Dominica by extension, not just Dominica. We're talking about every single living person in Dominica. But look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and maybe it have a little more. Say 10 people there. 10 out of what? 50,000 people in Dominica.
Coming to you live from the RUBIS service station in Canefield, where a small protest is going on right now.
We need that truth. Stop lying.
You think because of this amount of people saying stop lying, you think they're going to stop lying? That they're going to lie more. They're going to lie more in your face again. And you wonder why these things is happening. Because people are allowing this to happen. The people have the power. And this is what is coming. I don't understand, some people might say, well, he's voting, that is my right and whatnot. Okay, fine. But if you're voting and then the other people you know in your vicinity not voting, what is the point of you voting? You put your tick down on wherever you feel you need a change and the others allow themselves to be bought. What do you think is going to happen? What? Nothing is gonna happen. Nothing at all. So you should be out there too. I'm guessing that they are also part of it. These individuals are also part of it. I guess maybe they are the ones who set this up. It's clear that there are rubies all over, so most likely these people are a part of it. But I don't think this one is easy.
That's what we're not speaking about. Let's get this question and answers back of the release.
I actually read that to you guys as well, but let's go ahead.
Everybody seems to be ignoring that. Okay? So everybody seems to be ignoring that. Yeah, it is.
Well, I didn't get the last page, so let's see if he says. So maybe RUBIS organize and tell his individuals if you want to go protest, because I mean, look, they have the shirt on them. RUBIS probably doesn't want to leave Dominica, just like Ross didn't want to leave Dominica. Nobody can tell me Ross wanted to leave Dominica. That's impossible, because I affiliated with them. I know them. I know some of them. I know the majority, the height of the individuals in there. I knew them. So nobody can tell me Ross wanted to leave. Ross did not want to leave. And it's rather unfortunate that Ross had to leave because of the disrespect that they received from the very government themselves, feeling like, hey, where you going? You can't go nowhere. Well, Ross showed him that they could leave. And the people still in the election time voted the same postman, still voted. Yeah. Ross left in 2018. 2019 was election, brethren. 2019 was elections, and Portsmouth voted, I think, 78%. 77.6%, if my photographic memory got me correct. 77%, 77.6 or 78.6. One of them voted for the very group of people that allowed Ross to leave, that allowed their livelihood to leave. Some of them say they don't vote in. Now look at RUBIS. RUBIS doesn't want to leave, but I mean, when the government keep telling RUBIS that said that, not me, you know. RUBIS said the government told them that they will make a little arrangement for them. They will change the pricing and everything like that. But the pricing went up. And VAT never went down. VAT is the key to all of this, guys. VAT is the key to all of this. VAT is what the government is receiving for themselves. VAT is the key to the solution right there. Drop the VAT by 5%. I sure they will start making a little profit here and there. Drop it by 10%. But not by 10. When I mean 5%, I talk about the 15% VAT. Take out 5 on that, you'll get 10%. Take out 10 on that, you get 5%. If you want to lick VAT, leave the thing at 5% or take it out for a year to allow people to grow back, especially during the hard times that people are facing. Then people say since 2011 they came, they have been making a loss. They have been making, but it's only until 2016 they started making significant losses. Up to now, and then the prices go up. Yeah. Boy.
So tell us, what is really going on? What's the cause?
There's a section that here that
I say we doing our job.
Tell us, what is really going on? What's the cause?
We say we doing our job, Papa. Well, maybe RUBIS tell them to go and do this.
there's a section that here that says unless government do something, we do not have a job at the end of September. What
September 30th. Yep.
happens to RUBIS Dominica employees? All RUBIS employees have been advised that the employment will
September
RUBIS
30th.
will end on September 30th. This is our problem.
So, in about 14 days, they will not have a job. All RUBIS around Dominica will not have a job, thus increasing the unemployment rate. And I'm sure NEP probably were the ones paying for some of these guys to be at RUBIS for them to help curb it. And I bet you the government will then come to them on the last day. I think it was the last day, the last time when RUBIS said they were closing. The last day, government came to them and said, okay, they will work out something. Months later, they never did nothing. RUBIS admitted this in that same letter. That same letter you seen right there, guys. That same letter in the beginning of it. RUBIS admitted that the government told them that they will do something, and the government did not do nothing about it. Nothing. They didn't say why.
And the government is not doing anything to assist us. That's our problem. This is our problem.
So you see the problem I have mentioned before, guys. No, these guys are coming out to protest. Where were you guys when the bus drivers were protesting? Where were you guys when the nurses were protesting? Where were you guys collectively? Now look at probably 10 of all you that there protesting for, because it's your job that at stake, you know. And if there are more jobs in Dominica to go and get, you might have to probably go and work on the road. Probably go and do NEP when you finish there. So now you're fighting for your job. You're fighting for the job that you get because it will affect you directly. I bet you believe that none of that would affect you when the nurses were protesting. None of that would affect you when the bus drivers were protesting. When the teachers, every single sector has protested. The truckers are protesting. The DJs are protesting. But anyways, but everybody wants to do their thing bit by bit and not collectively. Guys, if you do your thing collective, that's the only way you can make some things. The only way. Remember electoral reform, when the people finally came together and were marching in rows, when they finally started having meetings, but of course the meetings will get to just kill time. Elections happen as a result, but people need to be consistent, consistently consistent. Because what's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen as usual. Every single protest that has happened in Dominica, nothing has happened. Because the people are divided and they're only doing for a portion of themselves for this and that. I have done a number of these protests, you know, guys. I have done a number of them. Literally went and filmed and heard what they had to say and so forth. Put it out there so the world can see. And that's one of the things that one of the things why my platform is relevant. Because a number of persons watching from overseas to see what is going on in Dominica. Especially when the government is coming out and lying to the people overseas. I'll never forget when the government they were advertising, Haitian people told me this. They were advertising Dominica as Little Miami in Haiti. And promising them jobs when they came to Dominica. They promised them jobs in Kepinski and all those kind of places there. This is why the Haitians themselves live in Haiti to come down to protest. Saying that where are the jobs that you promised us that we would get? They were protesting by Kepinski area. You remember that? You don't remember the Haitians? Protesting, saying no, we can tell about the Little Miami. They come down, no Little Miami at all. This is why Haitians were living by droves, even to the point where Guadeloupe was fed up. What Martinique and Guadeloupe was fed up. Where the amount of Haitians just coming in the back door and staying. There's Guadeloupe people taking, they don't like that. They cannot come for people and so forth and so forth. Then they started to go north. How much boat capsized in the sea near Montserrat and Anguilla areas trying to go to Saint Martin, the French part of Saint Martin, because they speak French, I understand that vibe. And they go in and boat turning over and all kind of thing, and who getting deported and all kind of thing was happening, brethren. Do you think it make that movie? Make you feel good, guys, I tell you, boy, movie in reality that there. Movie in reality that there. And look at these people coming out but to protest for their right, and they have the right to protest. But not much is going to happen. The gas stations themselves are protesting too when they shut down the system. But, hey, no, boy. Guys, give me one sector in Dominica that hasn't protested. Name one sector in Dominica that hasn't protested. The little ones were protesting against this thing about child whatever and whatever, little one whatever. Mind me YouTube. About the little people stuff, protecting the little people. They guys give me one animal protest, no boy. I think the only thing that don't protest is animals. Boy. Give me one sector in Dominica that hasn't protested, guys. When in life have you ever seen protest taking place like that? Black is white. And people don't understand it's unity that will get them somewhere. Unity. My brother is protesting. Let me join my brother in his effort to protest because he wants something, he wants change. But none of that happened and everybody protesting on anything and everybody little bit. 10 people there protesting. What do you expect to happen? And the situation of RUBIS is not just for RUBIS, it's gonna affect Dominica in itself. Or you know seen boy.
And selling at a loss. Any one of us that have a company and selling at a loss.
For 11 years, selling at a loss for 11 years, and for 6 years selling at an increased loss. Much less or no.
Just love makes businesses. And I think that is exactly what RUBIS is doing. So that's my problem. This is my problem. My job is what I'm here for.
Your job yourself, and that is a problem. That is the problem that we have in society. Everybody wants to look for themselves, not for their fellow brethren, not for their fellow sisters in the place. Themselves they're looking for.
That's my problem.
So nothing gonna happen from these guys. I mean, you expect something to happen? Unless the government say, okay, that is really in dire need. Okay, let's try and do something about it. But RUBIS start cry wolf saying they're closing down. This is probably the third time I hear RUBIS closing down and they're still up. So will they close down for real? Who knows? But I know RUBIS don't want to close because clearly their workers out there protesting and they know they will lose their jobs. And if you lose your jobs all across the island, RUBIS, Makwesa, the solution is the VAT. That is the solution. I know that is the solution, but the government doesn't want to do that. The government doesn't care about you. The government want to get their money, they get their money. But if the business go, you're not going to get VAT on that now. You're not going to get VAT on that. That is politics, my brother. What are you talking about? Politics is the policies that are put in place. They put policies that will prevent your company from making money. That is politics. If you're talking about partisan, that is different. But that is politics. The very clothes you're wearing is political. People don't understand that. You talk about it, not politics. It is political. What are you talking about? The policies that are putting your company in problems for them not to be able to make profits. What do you say, Yvonne? Or your job. Or job. So why should I care about your job? Huh? How does that benefit me that you don't have a job? You understand what I'm saying? This is why it's not about yourself, my boy. Your partner said the same thing. You saying the same thing too. So right there, only coming with the wrong motive. When the UWP them protesting, it's not for themselves, you know. They're protesting for the people, the general scope of the people, which I understand. But when you protesting, why should I join your cause? When the nurses protesting for them and their right to get more salary, and the policemen protesting to get a rise in their salaries, even though they what?
Where my kids ask me why I did not protest against that.
But that is not why you're protesting, my brother. You're protesting because you're about to lose your job. If you wasn't about to lose your job, would you be outside there today? With the given circumstance of what is happening, if you was not going to lose your job, would you be outside there today? Why should then people join your cause? Because it's your job you're fighting for. You're not fighting for what the external value. You're talking about your micro, you're looking at it, you know. My job. But it will affect Dominica on a macro level. Unemployment rate will increase. There's a problem that will happen when it comes down to the gas intake into Dominica. There's that the amount of ships. I just talk there and people understand what, and the funny thing, you know, people understand everything I say, but they're still going back to the dirty ways. That's why my motto here is stop your dirty ways. Stop it. I need to bring back the shits, guys. And the shirts is on the app, you know. You download the app, guys. You can get it. There's a store section there, but I need to update the shirts and stuff. Put some updated stuff. So we'll work on that, guys. We'll work on that in the near future. Not distant. It's not the iPhone app. The near future, we'll work on that. Anyways, guys. Mr. Prime Minister, please, we need our jobs. National Petroleum and West Indies Oil, we need your support. Come join us. Why would they want to join all you? All you concerned about all your jobs? They have their jobs. Why should they come and support all you? Which means less competition for them. Less competition for them. Why should they come and join all you? When all you just concerned about all you losing all your jobs. That is the problem I have here. I am for the protest. Yes, you lose your job and all these things. You're trying to protect your jobs. But if you're looking beyond that, you will not just protest for your job. You will protest for the people them in the general public. Or we can elevate them. Mr. from Rossman, I buy it. The jobs they're protesting, the jobs they're about to lose.
Once again, we are coming to you live from
the RUBIS service station in Kinfield, where the employees are protesting.
I have no idea what you just said.
They have many placards, many things.
And I run things in Dominica, all foreign investors running. That is what the Prime Minister say. You know who they're targeting. It's very easy to see.
At this moment, we have a few more employees showing up.
This
Based on
guy,
their jobs being lost.
if all the employees should be there. All of them should be there. Or maybe they're working, man. They're working till the end. Well,
And therefore, they are testing for their rights.
you look decent, man, passing.
As a result of the rain, we are ending the live. We will.
By the way, storm is coming, guys. I heard that. By the way, I heard that the storm has swung down. It's not. It was coming west, and apparently it's going a bit south. So it seems like it's swinging back to Dominica, guys. It's swinging down to Dominica. It's pretty big. I mean, the Caribbean islands all over will pretty much get something, but it seems like from the way it's going, it's swinging down a bit, and they're saying that there's some wind shear in the area that is causing it to go down a bit. So we'll see what happens. Maybe the wind shear is gonna join in with it. Who knows? It's hot there, you know. People complain it's hot, but guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. This is pretty much all about for this year reaction video. Of course, don't forget to check out the latest vlog that I did. I'll be the first comment in the comment box below, and of course, the latest aerial shot. You can definitely check it out in the first comment in the comment box below, as well as the Mystelics tube app. The link will be in the first comment in the comment box below as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam. Sup your dirty ways, man.